just imagine this, being able to watch what you want, when you want, where you want. And here's all you need. You need the Fire Cube, you need a television, and you need the internet. Done, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Done.
And we have the very best from, of course, Amazon in this amazing Alexa Cube. We've got a lot to get into, but if you've been thinking about getting a media streaming system, which is brilliant, and we'll talk about what that is in just a second. If you've always thought, well, I'd love to have an Alexa Dot or an Echo, which have been wildly popular, the best of both of those worlds are now together in one very unique cube, of course, made by Amazon. And we've got it as our best value of the day. Now, I'm gonna prove that right off the bat. So Catherine, I would love to show the full screen on the value, because it's not just $10 good. It's not just $20 off, and that would be pretty good.
Sure.
When you see this comparison, it will blow you away. I know it did me. I was like, okay, that's even enough for me to upgrade to this one from my little Dot. But normally just the media player with Sling is $119.99. If I stop there, that'd be a great value. Then you add $10 for Pandora. Grokr Fitness is another $44.97, $174.95. And most importantly, because I know what you do, I love it. Please compare. I dare you to go out there and look around on the internet. We are 50% lower on our price than any retailer, whether it's traditional or online. We're 50% below their price. And that's why we've sold how many so far today? I mean, what is it? Oh, we're quickly edging up on about 20,000. So we've already hit almost 18,000, and we're what, 5 o'clock here on the East Coast, so much earlier on the West Coast.
Wow, that's exciting.
Aaron's hanging out with me.
I am. So
let's just start really basic. What does this do?
You know what? Let's ask and we'll find out.
Okay,
so let's just go ahead and ask the device. Alexa, what can you do? Oh, and I'm gonna turn the volume up here. You can show
Set an alarm for 9 a.m. or set a reminder.
She can remind us to feed the pets.
And many more.
She can play the podcast. She can wake you up to happy music. She can give you your flash briefing, which is news of the day. She can play the Planet. I love Planet Money. That's actually a great podcast. She can tell you what's on your shopping list and all those kind of things. So basically this device is a combination of an Amazon Echo. Many of you are familiar with the Amazon Echo. You can ask it. It's your personal assistant, sort of like your digital personal assistant. Ask what the weather is. Tell her to put something on your calendar. Tell her to tell you a joke. Play music. I mean, there are so many ways that the Alexa devices have changed our lives. But we've taken that, or actually the good folks at Amazon have, and have combined it with a Fire Stick 4K. So this is a streaming device that streams in 4K, the highest of high definition. Let's talk about streaming for just a second. I'm gonna set these down. Streaming, of course, means that you can watch, basically using the power of the internet. All you need is Wi-Fi, and you need a television. As long as you have Wi-Fi and you have a television with an HDMI port, you now are able to watch so many things on your television when you want. So it will stream movies, it will stream music, it will stream television shows, series, old movies, new movies, and it will do it all now because it's built into a device that is totally hands-free, just using your voice. So you can say something like, Alexa, play Brad's Status.
Getting Brad's Status from Prime Video.
It's gonna play a movie for me. That's a movie that I know is on Prime Video. Speaking of Prime Video, many people wanna know, well, do I need to have any sort of subscription with this? The answer is you don't have to have any subscription at all. If you have a Prime Video subscription, you'll have that much more video available to you. If you have Netflix, if you have Hulu, if you have any of those services, you'll be able to watch things on Netflix or watch things on Hulu, et cetera, et cetera. But there's tons of free things you can watch as well. For example, YouTube is on here. HSN is on here, and there are thousands and thousands of various apps, be it PBS or Nick Jr. or, you know, on and on and on. The History Channel, where the ESPN, where there's a ton of free information. In fact,
I can go on and on.
Prime Video, Hulu, Netflix, HBO, the Food Network, right. And some of these you might pay to watch some content, and other content might be free. But again, many of us have subscriptions to things like Netflix and Hulu and Prime Video, and those all play on here beautifully.
And they automatically go into your system. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, it'll ask you, and then you just put in your password, but you're not paying an extra Netflix.
Right.
If you buy one subscription Netflix, it works on any of these that you
just sign in.
You sign in.
And one of the really cool things, if you want to watch a movie, and you don't know, well, is it on my Netflix subscription or my Hulu subscription or whatever, this is what you do. I'm going to show you all Remote is included. It's been a long day. The remote is in my mind's brain's starting to go a little bit, I can tell. The remote is included as well. And if you want to talk to the remote, you can just say, Trolls. So I just, said the movie Trolls, right? And because this has a quad-core processor on, you see how darn fast this thing is? So we're gonna go right into Trolls, and the first thing it's gonna tell me is we can watch this now on Netflix. We can watch it right now, and it's free because the machine is so smart, it knows that we have a Netflix subscription. So it's not trying to charge you to rent through Amazon. Now, if you didn't have a Netflix subscription, that would be fine. You could rent it on Amazon in high definition for $3.99 or standard definition for $2.99. So there's lots of different ways to watch it. I mean, the content is available to you regardless, but if there's, again, a lot of us have Netflix and Hulu. We pay $7 or $8 or $9 a month, a relatively minimal fee to have access to just thousands and thousands of things. The Fire TV Cube will always find the least expensive way for you to watch something based on your preferences and any subscriptions you might have.
Which I'll tell you, on other systems that I'm very familiar with, they do not do that. They take you to their main one, and then you have to dig around to your other ones to see if it's a better deal. I've done that often.
Right, they want to rent it to you.
Absolutely want to rent it to me. So I love the fact they really go to the least, or the most affordable offering. Because you might be able to pay one, and then it's somewhere else that might be free, too.
That's exactly
which
right.
is kind of cool.
That's
All right,
exactly
so there's a lot to get into with this. But again, don't forget, you're looking at the best value of the year that we'll do, but quite frankly, we're 50% lower than any other Amazon Fire Cube out there. That's such a huge deal. And you're getting the latest. I think that's important to realize. They didn't do, hey, here's a model from 2 years ago. Why don't you guys air that one? We'll give you a good deal on it. No, they kind of really just took this one and maxed it out for us. Also remember too, if you're brand new, this is a one-day offer. I think that's important. When you see the word today's special, that means one day. So while you can shop with us all you want, you can shop anytime, anywhere, anyhow, have fun. But when it comes to a today's special, that deal ends at midnight tonight if we have any left.
Right.
So there's two challenges. Either it sells out before midnight, or we hit midnight and then that deal actually expires. So that's the only reason you want to hustle up a little bit before the day's over. If you've got a room where you always wanted to have a television, you're like, gosh, we have this one back room. It's a guest room, maybe company's coming, maybe it's a back room, maybe you always want to have down in the basement, kind of the man cave for the football games. Well, this is how you do it, because understand, all you need is that box and what's inside it, a television that is HDMI, and most all TV, even a lot of older TVs, maybe some you're not even using right now at home, have an HDMI input, and internet. So think about that. This, a TV, and internet. And you're set up in any room in your home. Isn't that cool?
It is. It's so easy to set up too. So let's take a moment. In fact, let's just do it right now. You guys take a little walk with me. I want to show you how easy this is to set up. Come on over here for a sec. So you have the little box, right? The little Fire Cube box. Here it is. And here's all you do. You take an HDMI cable and you plug it in. It's a very common cable. It's the cable that you use to plug in your cable if you are a cable subscriber, those sort of things. You plug that in the back. There's only one place where you can plug it in. There's only one place it'll fit. So it's like round peg, round hole kind of thing. Very simple. And then on the television, there are inputs on your television, okay? These are called HDMI inputs. That's what people are referring to when they say HDMI or they say your input. It goes into any open input. And in a minute, I'll talk about, yes, if you have cable, that's fine. You can use this with cable. You can use this with disc. You can use this with a sound bar, all of those things. I'll explain that in a minute. So you plug it in. So that's easy. We've just plugged a cable from one to the other, right? The only other thing you have to do is you have to plug the cube into the wall, into power. So I just plug this into power, and then back here we just have this, in an electrical outlet. That's it. That's the full deal. That's the full setup. You turn your television on, and then it'll walk you through setup steps. One thing I want to point out, we've only aired this one other time, before the Today Special. Bobby Ray Carter, who's been a host at HSN for, I think, 35 years now, had this as her host pick earlier in the summer. It was much more expensive than this, and it is a huge customer pick on hsn.com. Every single review, with the exception of one, is a perfect 5-star review. What everyone says is, I love the streaming, and the Alexa features are really, really easy to use. What we've also heard a lot of is just how easy setup is. Now, in terms of setup, or if you need help, remember, this is all hands-free. So it's getting help is so simple. It's as simple as going, Alexa, open help. There's built-in help on the device itself. So now if you wanted to watch the help videos, I'm just gonna use the remote, I'm gonna hop into the help videos. If you want the welcome, just to learn a little bit more about it, if you wanna learn about setup, tips and tricks to set up, I like this one. Set up cable or satellite with Fire TV. This is really cool because, get this.
With Fire TV Q.
You can actually control your cable box.
Your Fire TV Q.
I'm gonna show you how to do it here.
Control your cable box or satellite receiver with your voice.
You can control it with your voice.
Equipment's
You can change the channel with your voice. So you can be, I'm just gonna hop out of here for a minute. You can be on this and you can, tell the device, switch to cable, and then you can say, tune to PBS or tune to NBC or watch This Is Us or, whatever you wanna do. Right. It's really just as easy as telling it to, but that walks you through the setup on how to do it.
But I think what's even more remarkable and how it kind of proves that out is look how simple the remote is. Oh, like, here's what happens.
The world's coolest remote.
Do you have 20,000 remotes at home and, gosh knows if somebody's not there like your husband to turn it on the TV, you can't watch television. Look at how simple this is, guys. And I think that's a real compliment to how intuitive the system is, because when you can operate all of your cable and your speakers and everything else simply by talking to Alexa, even the volume, he can tell Alexa to turn the volume up on the TV. He can turn the TV off by telling her. He can turn her on by telling her.
And that's
Alexa
brand new.
It's brand new, and I think I think the remote is actually indicative of how simple it is for you to be able to use. And you're right, I have some of the customer reviews in my hot little hand, and over and over and over again, they say, it's easy, it's easy, it's easy. But it opens up this most amazing world that you never would typically have access to. And what I love is, it couldn't be simpler. You need this, a television, and the internet, and you're done. Don't overthink this. So if you've ever wanted a TV, what would be a room in someone's home, Aaron, do you think they've always wanted? For me, it was the kitchen. I always wanted a TV in the kitchen because we spend so much time in our kitchen.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Now you can.
Yeah.
This, you don't need all the extra wires and cables and plugs. You need a TV, this box, and the internet, and you got the internet at home already.
I would think if you have a craft room or you have an exercise room.
Great point. Oh, that's a really good one. Exercise room.
Exercise room is great, and actually we're even including an app called Groker Fitness that has all these great yoga and great cardio workouts, and so this is a great way to do your fitness workouts.
That's a really good idea too. Also, I gotta show you this, because if you really wanna get this, probably at now, the lowest price probably ever. Let me show you this. If you get our HSN card right now, you apply for it, what you're gonna do is you're gonna save $20 once you apply for it if you're brand new to it, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna instantly, it's a $20 savings. So imagine this, apply for it, say, hey, I wanna order the Today's Special, and now it goes down to $39.99.
Holy moly, wow.
So get that HSN card today. It's a good idea. Also, too, we have 4 Flex, so it's $15. You pay it off in 4 months, and we have a great return policy right now. It's till the end of January. I'm telling you, if you've been jonesing to get a TV set up in your bedroom, this TV, internet, boom. I can't repeat that enough.
That's so cool. Look, I just hopped into Netflix. This is how easy. Oh, and actually we can do.
Quick.
It is quick. And if I'd wanted to do that with my voice, like if we wanted to watch The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which I heard is really good, I'm just gonna go back to my home screen here, and I can just say, Alexa, play The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Getting Chilling Adventures of Sabrina from Netflix.
It's just kind of crazy, isn't it? I mean, how fast it's able to do that. It's loading it now, 1%, 2%, and in like a second it'll be 85, 90, and it's playing.
Oh, crazy.
I mean, isn't it wild just sort of how far we've, oh yeah, Alexa, pause. You can fast forward, you can rewind, that's a great, and you can also, while we're in here, you can say, Alexa, what's the weather?
In St. Petersburg, it's 82 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny
Yeah, it'll
skies.
just take a little break.
Tonight, you can look for clear skies with a low of 72 degrees.
And then we can go right back to the movie, hitting play. It's just a very, very simple thing to do. There we go. There we go. We're back at the movie.
Isn't that crazy?
We can only scratch the surface here. The more you use it, the more you have it. Oh, we were talking about like putting things on our shopping list earlier. This is a really easy thing to be able to do. You could say, Alexa, add candy to my shopping list.
Candy added to your shopping
Because all the
list.
trick-or-treaters are coming tonight, so with my pretzels and my fruit and my cherries and my yogurt and my
I'm
grapes.
glad you have some healthy stuff.
Yeah, all
at
the other
bottom.
healthy stuff.
Okay, but here's what you have to understand. This also now talks to your computer. It also talks to the tablet we just sold. It talks to your phone. So remember, what you're adding to Alexa here goes onto your Google Calendar and all the other accessories. So I do it all the time. I say, Alexa, I'll say, add dog food to my task list or my grocery list. And then when I use my phone at the grocery store, it's sitting there on my phone.
Do you and Craig share the same account? A lot of couples will share an account.
We don't. We don't. Of course.
we like each other, but you know, there's a
not
limit.
that
No,
much.
a lot of people do that because that way, if they're at the grocery list or at the grocery store, they pull out their list. They're like, oh, Sue's needed potato chips.
You added this,
or
I
you
added,
yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's really fun. If you just got the Echo or the Dot alone, this is the time you guys want to upgrade. And I'm actually thinking about it too, because I have the Dot. Now, I will tell you, the speaker on this is unbelievable.
the speaker's really good. It's
and
really
I listen
good.
to music on my Dot all the time. And here's what I do. I wake up in the morning, it's my dressing room / crafting room, everything room. And I walk in and I say, Alexa, turn on all lights. And she turns my lights on for me. And then I say, Alexa, if I'm gonna craft, I say, Alexa, play Michael Bublé. And then if someone calls, I go, Alexa, stop. And I take a phone call. And then I go, Alexa, play blah, blah, blah. It's so much fun to be able to do that. When I walk out of the room and I'm done, I go, Alexa, turn all lights off. And it's like yelling at the dogs or something, the kids. You go, turn the lights off. And Alexa does it for you. Also, she operates a lot of lights in my entire home, which I truly love that. And that, as you said, Erin, so correctly, you're just scratching the surface. It's getting better and better. People are so clever with how they use Alexa, and they make agreements with more additional products out there all the time.
The apps get better and better. So actually, here, let me show you guys the apps. I haven't really been doing this because I have so many things to do. But like, these are some of the apps that you can download. You can download Fox Sports to Go, CBS All Access, the CW, NBC. There's all kinds of just sports here. Look, right here,
wow.
CBS All Access, Hulu, HBO Now, Watch and Shop, hot new releases, apps with 4K content. And then there's other things that aren't necessarily even music or video related. Like there's games that you can download. There's, here we go, different categories. Here's a bunch of different games that you can download and play on the machine. What I was getting to in the apps categories, like was,
wow,
so
look at
here's
this.
a whole section. You can order a Domino's pizza. There's a Domino's app where you can say, Alexa, order me a
Well, what's
Domino's
the food
pizza.
and drink?
Let's go over there to food and drink. I don't know.
We're
Let's
gonna
go. I
find
mean, I've looked through a lot of these, but I certainly don't know every single one. So we're gonna go into food and drink, and let's see what apps are available for the America's Test
Scroll down.
Kitchen.
Scroll down, though. Keep going. Look, guys, that's all underneath one app.
Yeah.
It's apps
Ooh,
underneath
Simply
apps.
Recipes. That's a really good. Oh, and you can actually ask. You can say, Alexa, find pumpkin recipes.
Okay, for pumpkin, I recommend the top recipe called pumpkin scones, which takes 30 minutes to make. You can ask for more information, or for more recipes, say next.
So if I wanted to, I'm not going to right now, I could ask for more information, then she would pop up the pumpkin scone recipe for us.
Well, and I was going to say too, the funny thing is when you start using it, it incorporates naturally into your life. Now, if you already have a Dot or an Echo like I do, you can move to another room. I mean, that's great. So I wouldn't get rid of what I have. I would be upgrading to this. And then, quite frankly, you've got the extra TV element that's been added to it, that media streaming. So again, if you are thinking about that room that you don't have a television, or maybe it's your bedroom, you always wanted it. For me, it was my son's house. He lives with 5 other roommates at college at a house. And yes, they've got the main television, that's fine, but he wanted his own TV in his room. And so all we did was we got him a media streaming system. He has the internet, and he has a little teeny, one of our old TVs we had. We hooked him up, and in his own bedroom, he actually has his own self-contained television streaming system. And so I think the freedom that it opens up for you, for example, if you go here to Florida in the wintertime, you pick this up and you take it with you, which I love that. If you're gonna go to somebody's house and you're like, oh, she's got that extra TV, but I wanna bring my own stuff with me, you literally pack this with you and take it wherever you go.
That's a really nice thing. And you're talking about controlling lights and controlling the house and that kind of thing. This is your home hub. This is the center of your home hub. So here's an example. We've got a Christmas tree right across the studio, and we're good, yeah? Okay, and we're gonna show it to you right now. I'm gonna say, Alexa, turn tree off.
Okay.
And there it went. And I'm gonna say, Alexa, turn tree on.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's especially at the holiday time when you're turning on, lights all over your house, right? During day and night. The one thing you need in order to do that is, sorry, I've got to turn around here, and here it is. This is called a DG Smart Plug. most smart plugs are Alexa compatible. If you have smart plugs already, they're so easy to use. We have a 4-pack available today of the DG smart plugs. Plug them into the wall, and then not only can you turn your Christmas tree on and off, you can do any lights, you can do fans, you can do heaters. If you want to turn on your flat iron before you go into your, bathroom, or while you're in the shower, if you forgot to turn it on,
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Isn't that easy? They're just really easy to install and really easy to use.
And here's what's interesting. We're in the same room as the Christmas tree. You don't have to be.
No,
if
you
you're in
don't.
your bedroom and you want to turn your Christmas tree lights off because you forgot, and Alexa's there, you go, Alexa, turn tree lights off.
Right.
And she'll turn them off for you. And then you can reassign those, right? So if you plug it in for the Christmas tree, use it for something else, because you can reassign it for whatever you want.
Yeah, you can name them. You can choose their names, and you can switch them up, which is
So
a
you want to hear
really
the
easy
evil thing my husband did, because he just torments me?
This is so funny.
This is really funny.
I
In
love
my
this
crafting
story.
room, which I spend a lot of time there because it's also my dressing area, he named my craft room lights Daryl Crossbow. Now, the only reason you're going to get that reference is if you happen to watch Walking Dead. So every time I walk in to get Alexa to turn my lights on, I have to go, Alexa, turn on Daryl Crossbow. And then he keeps switching it back every time I change it. So I've given up, people. I just have given up.
You're just going to have to live with it.
So if you want to torment your family members, have fun with Alexa. But it's amazing. You know what's funny? I've really come to rely on her. It's like having a concierge service there. It's like having a secretary or an assistant. I'll say, Alexa, put this on my calendar, lunch tomorrow with Kathy at noon. And it's on my calendar, and then I see it on my phone. Or I'll say, oh my gosh, and for me, and I think as women in general, we'll be doing something and thinking about a million things. In the old days, you would write sticky notes. Sticky, 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 so you wouldn't forget it because it only comes up that minute. Oh my gosh, I got to pay the telephone bill. With Alexa, you just say it out loud, and she just puts it on your list. It's absolutely remarkable. The other day, I need to know a football score. I want to know how Ohio State was during the day. I was getting dressed, right?
Yeah.
Who's winning the football game? Ohio State versus Buck. Came up until I was disappointed. Came up and told me the score. It's really funny, all the things you'll learn to do with Alexa.
The intersection of streaming, of television entertainment, of having 500,000, 500,000 shows at your disposal, and having all the Alexa capabilities at the same time is really extraordinary. One of the very cool things is that this interfaces with your television. So you can say, Alexa, turn TV off. You don't actually have to, I don't think it did it. About 1 in 99 times you'll have to repeat it. Alexa, turn TV off.
Okay.
There we go. It got it for me that time. And same thing if you want to turn the TV back on, or you can, of course, just use the remote as well. It'll also turn the volume up and down. And the point with this is you can sit down on the couch, or you can be cooking, or you can do whatever, and maybe you want to, tune into the news for a few minutes, or you want to turn on a show for the kids. You don't have to walk away from what you're doing in order to do that.
And you don't have to be right on top of it for her to hear you either. You can be across the room. Something else you didn't mention, though, it works independently of the TV.
Oh, yeah.
So if you just want to use
right.
the Alexa applications like, hey, I want to listen to music or whatever, you don't have to have the TV on to make it work.
That's right. because you said Alexa.
Yeah, she's listening. She's listening really well.
I'll turn her off now.
But I think what's really neat about that is it works independently. It doesn't always have to have the TV on to make that work. Okay, so once again, I just want to repeat the value. And first, wait, not first off, but I guess 12th off. I want to welcome all of you who are brand new to HSN.
Yeah, welcome.
We've had several hundred of you who are shopping with us for the first time. I kind of think I know why. It's Amazon, it's Alexa and streaming media all in one brand new, really cool box. It's a smoking good price. That's enough to shop with us, and we make it easy. It's a couple clicks online or chat with somebody. It's super helpful. What did we do today? We're 50% lower than any other retail out there. That's a really big deal. No one matches our price. Everybody else is around $119. We're half off of that. And you can do your research if you want. I encourage you to do it. I really do. I almost dare you, actually. See what's out there. No one is beating our value. We also have a special package we put together you can only get from HSN. But once again, this offer ends tonight at midnight if we have any left. We've now gone over 18, almost 19,000 sold. Wow. And we are only at 524 on the East Coast. So out West Coasters, Midwest, it's a lot earlier. So you still have that opportunity to jump in and get this. I think it makes a wonderful gift idea, because what happens is there's freedom to having a media streaming system, because all you need is an internet, a TV, and this box. And remember, there's no additional monthly fees. We really need to talk about that. Once you get this, other than your regular Netflix that maybe you already pay for,
right.
There's no additional monthly fees for this. You don't pay $30 or $50 for this little box to sit under your TV. Once you buy it, you're done. And Alexa and Amazon keep growing and growing and growing. So it doesn't age out on you. The only reason I would upgrade from my Amazon Dot that I have is this is a media streaming player that does everything my Dot does, but does it a whole lot better, and it streams media. So for those of us who maybe have the old, the old Echo or the old Dot, keep it, move it to another room. But this is a massive upgrade, but not that full huge price that you normally will have to pay after midnight tonight. So
there's only two things that you need to use this. You need a TV that has an HDMI input, and you need Wi-Fi. That's it. You don't have to pay anything else. One thing I will suggest, Susan and I both own this product, because we're mentioning Wi-Fi. If your Wi-Fi is slow in your house and you want your computer to be faster, and you want your smartphone to be faster, and you want your tablet, and you want your security system, you want everything to be faster, this is called Net Reset, and it makes everything in your house on your Wi-Fi up to 24% faster. It does that by taking care of your modem and your router in a better way. It clears them every night. You plug this into the wall, you plug your modem into one side and your router into the other, and it resets them every night and keeps their IP addresses and their what's called their cache clean and clear. Anyone in America who owns a Wi-Fi system, you want it to be running at its best speed, you want this. And especially when you talk about things like streaming video, you want your Wi-Fi to be running at its very best. It's a lot of information that it's sending.
Okay, so we're showing it. You're going to have more here to watch than you have life left to watch.
Yeah, it's so true.
You'll never be able to watch everything that's on here.
It's so true.
I'm just warning you now. But some people do want to watch their local news station. Specifically, whatever their local news is. They're big fans of it.
Yeah, so totally get it. I'm kind of a local news junkie, actually. I really like local personal interest stories and that kind of thing. I just kind of dig them. To do that, the best thing is to pick up an antenna. This is our bonus buy today. This is called the Mohu Glide antenna. And the really, really cool thing about it is it's the largest antenna in terms of range we've ever had. It's a 65-mile antenna. It's an amplified antenna, and an amplified antenna means that it actually has power that goes to it so that you can get more channels and have better reception even from further away. And I think in about 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to do a more full presentation on this. Is that correct?
I just want to mention, because a lot of you have that question, like, well, wait, how do I watch local news? Because you're seeing all the national channels and all the main channels you'd find. That's how you watch your local news. And it's actually better than probably what you're looking at right now when you see it directly on the antenna, which is pretty crazy, actually.
That's right. You can watch a lot of live national stuff right here. For example, you can watch us live. You can say, I just have to make sure that I have it. There we go. Alexa, open HSN.
Okay.
So yes, never fear. We are never far away. You can watch HSN anytime you want. And in fact, you'll find that you can shop with your remote from here as well. So there we go. There's us. There's our live show. There's the items that are on air. If you want to look at things that were recently on air, we had that really cool tablet, the 7-inch tablet just a few minutes ago. This is going to load previous presentations. You can watch previous presentations and all that kind of stuff. So there is a lot of live TV actually available. But to your point, your live local shows, you want an antenna for that. You don't have to pay to see those all the time. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll jump on that in just a second. But again, I just want to welcome everybody who's brand new. Yeah, you know Amazon. I appreciate you're trusting us to shop for this. Just remember, we're 50% lower than any other retailer out there. It can be a store you walk into or on the internet. You can surf around. No one will have a better price than we do, but that's only for today. So it is a finite amount of time. And again, think about that one room you've always wanted, that extra TV. Maybe it's your teenager's room. They're like, hey, you've got a spare TV I had from a couple of years ago. Now it can be its own little world. So you need the internet, you need this, and you need a television, and you're done. And I think it is important to remember there are no extra monthly fees. You're not paying a whole lot extra every month to be able to watch all of this content. And then on top of that, you have the brilliant Alexa system that can work independently from your television streaming. It's the best of everything all in one box, and it's the first one of its kind, which is super cool. I love this. Hey, let me tell you what's happening. So this is our Today Special for today.